Welcome to Speak Peak English. Today, we are going to practice English with a conversation called At the Supermarket. We'll introduce some new vocabulary along the way. This is a great opportunity to improve your listening and speaking skills while experiencing a trip to the supermarket. Let's dive in and enjoy the conversation. Listen carefully. At the supermarket. On a lively Saturday at Green Valley Supermarket, Mark decides to take his time shopping. He pushes his cart down the aisles, casually checking his list. The store is bustling with shoppers, and the atmosphere is cheerful. Nearby, Alice, a friendly employee, organizes shelves, while Lisa, another shopper, browses the aisles with a similar grocery list in hand. Mark, looking at his list.
Let's see. First on the list, apples. Where are they?
Mark wanders around, slightly lost in the huge store. He spots Alice, who is stocking some cans.
Excuse me, Alice, right?
That's me. How can I help?
I'm on a quest for some apples. Can you point me in the right direction?
The golden apples. You'll find them in the produce section, just past the bakery. Take a right after the bread.
Mark, grinning.
Thanks. I might grab some of that bread too. It always smells so good.
Mark heads towards the produce section, guided by the delicious aroma of freshly baked bread. Mark, talking to himself.
What's next? Milk and eggs.
Mark makes his way to the dairy section. He grabs a carton of milk, but pauses when he sees a sign for organic free-range eggs. He looks a bit puzzled. Lisa appearing next to him. Tough choice, huh? They have so many options here.
Tell me about it. I'm just trying to get regular eggs, but now I'm second-guessing myself.
Lisa, laughing. I know the feeling. I stood here for 10 minutes last week. I went with the organic ones, figured I'd give them a try.
You know what? I'll do the same. You only live once, right?
Exactly. And hey, while you're here, did you see the new cereal section? They've got some interesting flavors.
Cereal, right. I almost forgot I needed that too.
Follow me, I'll show you. They walk to the cereal aisle together. The shelves are filled with colorful boxes, some with quirky flavors. Mark, looking at a box.
Chocolate peanut butter explosion? That sounds intense.
It is. My kids love it, but I'm more of a classic cornflakes person.
I think I'll stick with my usual, but it's tempting. Thanks for the tip, though.
Lisa smiles and continues shopping, while Mark picks out his cereal. As he turns to leave, he realizes there's one more thing on his list, something special. Mark, muttering.
Oh, right. I promised to get some flowers.
Alice, who's now passing by with a cart full of stock, overhears him.
Flowers. Going on a date, Mark?
Mark, blushing.
Actually, it's for my mom. Her birthday's tomorrow.
How sweet. The flower section is just by the entrance. They have some beautiful bouquets today.
Thanks, Alice. I'll definitely check it out.
Mark makes his way to the flowers section and picks out a bouquet of vibrant tulips. Satisfied with his selection, he heads to the checkout line. Good afternoon. Did you find everything you were looking for?
Yes, and then some. I've got apples, bread, organic eggs, cereal, and even flowers.
Sounds like a great haul. Would you like to donate $1 to the local food bank today?
Sure, why not? It's for a good cause.
The cashier processes his payment and bags his items. Your total is $36.75. Here's your receipt, and thank you for the donation.
No problem. Thanks for the great service as always.
Mark picks up his bags and heads toward the exit. As he walks out, he sees Alice near the door.
Hey, Mark. Got everything you needed.
I did. Thanks for all your help today. And you?
All good here. Hope your mom loves the flowers.
I'm sure she will. Thanks again, Alice. Take care.
You too, Mark. See you next time.
Mark leaves the supermarket, feeling good about his productive and slightly adventurous shopping trip. After listening to the conversation, I feel inspired by the helpful and friendly interactions at the supermarket. What did you think of the interactions between the characters? How about you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's dive into some new vocabulary words from the story to enhance our English skills. It's time for word exploration. 1. Quest. Definition. A journey or search to achieve a specific goal or find something. Example from the story. Mark says, "I'm on a quest for some apples." Example from real life. The archaeologist was on a quest to discover ancient artifacts in the desert. 2. Overhears. Definition. To hear something that was not intended for you to hear. Example from the story. Alice, who's now passing by with a cart full of stock, overhears him. Example from real life. Jane accidentally overhears her coworkers talking about a surprise party for her. 3. Cart. Definition. A small vehicle with wheels, typically pushed by hand, used for transporting items. Example from the story. Alice, who's now passing by with a cart full of stock, overhears him. Example from real life. Maria filled her cart with groceries for the week before heading to the checkout. 4. Muttering. Definition. Speaking in a low, unclear voice, often to oneself, usually when someone is annoyed, confused, or deep in thought. Example from the story. Mark says, "Oh, right, I promised to get some flowers," while muttering to himself. Example from real life. After the meeting, John was muttering about how the project deadline was impossible to meet. 5. Haul. Definition. A large amount of something that has been collected or obtained, often after an effort or journey. Example from the story. The cashier says, "Sounds like a great haul," when referring to the groceries Mark bought. Example from real life. After a successful day of fishing, the crew returned with a big haul of fish. Now, we've reached the final round. Let's practice both listening and speaking skills together with a repeat after me session. Ready? Let's begin. At the supermarket. On a lively Saturday at Green Valley Supermarket, Mark decides to take his time shopping. He pushes his cart down the aisles, casually checking his list. The store is bustling with shoppers, and the atmosphere is cheerful. Nearby, Alice, a friendly employee, organizes shelves, while Lisa, another shopper, browses the aisles with a similar grocery list in hand. Mark, looking at his list.
Let's see. First on the list, apples. Where are they?
Mark wanders around, slightly lost in the huge store. He spots Alice, who is stocking some cans.
Excuse me, Alice, right?
That's me. How can I help?
I'm on a quest for some apples. Can you point me in the right direction?
The golden apples. You'll find them in the produce section just past the bakery. Take a right after the bread.
Mark, grinning.
Thanks. I might grab some of that bread too. It always smells so good.
Mark heads towards the produce section, guided by the delicious aroma of freshly baked bread. Mark, talking to himself.
What's next? Ah, milk and eggs.
Mark makes his way to the dairy section. He grabs a carton of milk, but pauses when he sees a sign for organic free-range eggs. He looks a bit puzzled. Lisa appearing next to him. Tough choice, huh? They have so many options here.
Tell me about it. I'm just trying to get regular eggs, but now I'm second guessing myself.
Lisa, laughing. I know the feeling. I stood here for 10 minutes last week. I went with the organic ones, figured I'd give them a try.
You know what? I'll do the same. You only live once, right?
Exactly. And hey, while you're here, did you see the new cereal section? They've got some interesting flavors.
Cereal, right. I almost forgot I needed that too.
Follow me, I'll show you. They walk to the cereal aisle together. The shelves are filled with colorful boxes, some with quirky flavors. Mark, looking at a box.
Chocolate peanut butter explosion? That sounds intense.
It is. My kids love it, but I'm more of a classic cornflakes person.
I think I'll stick with my usual, but it's tempting. Thanks for the tip, though.
Lisa smiles and continues shopping, while Mark picks out his cereal. As he turns to leave, he realizes there's one more thing on his list, something special. Mark, muttering.
Oh, right. I promised to get some flowers.
Alice, who's now passing by with a cart full of stock, overhears him.
Flowers. Going on a date, Mark?
Mark, blushing.
Actually, it's for my mom. Her birthday's tomorrow.
How sweet. The flower section is just by the entrance. They have some beautiful bouquets today.
Thanks, Alice. I'll definitely check it out.
Mark makes his way to the flowers section and picks out a bouquet of vibrant tulips. Satisfied with his selection, he heads to the checkout line. Good afternoon. Did you find everything you were looking for?
Yes, and then some. I've got apples, bread, organic eggs, cereal, and even flowers.
Sounds like a great haul. Would you like to donate $1 to the local food bank today?
Sure, why not? It's for a good cause.
The cashier processes his payment and bags his items. Your total is $36.75. Here's your receipt, and thank you for the donation.
No problem. Thanks for the great service as always.
Mark picks up his bags and heads toward the exit. As he walks out, he sees Alice near the door.
Hey Mark, got everything you needed.
I did. Thanks for all your help today. And you?
All good here. Hope your mom loves the flowers.
I'm sure she will. Thanks again, Alice. Take care.
You too, Mark. See you next time.
Mark leaves the supermarket, feeling good about his productive and slightly adventurous shopping trip. That concludes today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning with the conversation at the supermarket. If you liked this session, please consider liking and subscribing for more content. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep exploring and practicing your English. Until next time, take care.